La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Hey everybody. Well, it's Christmas time. It's that time of year that we all are dying to get into the holiday spirit. The holidays. It's the holiday season. We all want to celebrate. We all want to be happy and merry and joyous. And we want to be with friends. We want to be with family. Am I right? You know, not all of us. And even if we do, for some reason, the holidays make us feel sad. But I did not want to settle for that this year. I wanted to do something about it, and I figured, you know what? I'm going to take some time. I'm going to do something personal. And if I am going to do anything creative, if I'm going to do any kind of video this month, I didn't want it to be cheap. I didn't want it to be topical so that I can get some kind of viral video, or I didn't want to get, just do things for the views. I wanted to do something wholesome. And I figured, what better way than to attempt to fill this empty void in the blackness, darkness of my heart and my soul, where I longed for the feelings I had when I was a child. Those feelings of hope around the holidays. Those feelings of pure bliss. What better way to attempt to fill that by highlighting the things that are most important in life, friends and family. Hey everybody, so we're doing something different right now. I have my father with me, and so every year, we do this thing where we sing together. Long lay the world. It's Wait, what?
I thought you were starting to laugh!
Laugh?
It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Holy night, the stars are brightly shining. For my child and your child too, and I'll be happy once again.
Well, this year, he suggested a song that, I never heard of before, and I thought it'd be really interesting to show the process and do it in studio and do it right. This song is called Every Year, Every Christmas by Vandross. He released this song in the year 1995 on his Christmas album, This Is Christmas, and it's a very great song. When he presented it to me, I was listening to it, I'm like, yeah, this is the perfect song to do. I couldn't really even put my finger on why, but
that's what the thing about it is, very obscure as to why, but it really emotionally hits people in ways, one of those deals where it's supposed to be a romantic song, but it hits it in whole. To tell you the truth, and this is what I'm going to tell you, emotionally how it hits me is the fact that we come back here.
Come back to the studio.
Every year, every Christmas.
First thing is first, I decided to build out the track myself. I did the bass, the guitars, the drums. I found a karaoke version. I pretty much mimicked it because I wanted it to be as close to the original as possible. And then I got my really talented friend, Michelle DeAngelis, from where I live in Westchester, New York, to come through and lay down the piano. Give it up for Michelle DeAngelis. You may not have ever heard of this song, but it sold 1 million copies when it was released.
1995.
1995.
I'm so hopeful you'll be there.
We talked about the song, the meaning, what it means to us. In the lyrics, he's talking about how, well, she doesn't come back.
She doesn't come back.
It's so heart-wrenching. I'm like,
but he still goes there. He still goes to this place, and we do this. We all do this. We all go back to that place where we think, okay, it'll happen this year. It'll be different this year. Even when that friggin' New Year's Eve thing happens, where we make those, it's New Year's Eve, let's make our, for the next year.
Well, New Year's Eve, then we all end up looking like Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump.
They'll come back this year. They won't f*** us up again. They'll be there. And then they're not. And then they're not.
And basically, we just hashed it out.
And I'll come back to this same corner.
The same corner. You're going to a corner.
Where
Like
we
an
met.
ass. She doesn't even live in the same town anymore. You know this. I'm going to the corner. No, come and stay here and drink with us. No, it's 31 degrees out, but I'm gonna stand there all day. The day's almost over. But I don't want to leave. What do you mean you don't want to leave? Come inside, for Christ's sake. You're turning blue.
He's in love, man.
That's it.
Listen, it's
When a man
it's
loves
hard,
a woman, listen to the lyrics of that song. He'll go out in the rain. He'll stay out in the rain. If she says that's the way it ought to be, you.
Oh my god.
Bring It On Home by Sam Cooke. I'll be your slave to the grave. Like, it's like, oh man.
And
They really,
you know,
they went all out for their
Slave
women.
to the grave, you said?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll be your slave
Oh,
till,
yeah.
till I'm in the grave or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, they went all out for their women. They don't see that kind of, you don't see that kind of dedication
out in
these
the
days.
rain.
Nowadays we don't
If
even,
she says that's the way it ought to be.
nowadays we don't even text back. We don't even
That's
text
right.
No one
Now,
I'll
texts
text
back.
you later, yo.
Yeah.
But look, those men were no different. They would f***ing say to these women, okay, I'll sleep out in the rain. Want me to do that? They'd take their bottle of Hennessy and they'd go down the street and f*** 4 other women. As long as they told her, no, I'll sleep in the rain. I'll be back a little later. I'm gonna go play some pool.
Oh
You're full
man.
of
Oh man.
Men haven't changed.
No, there had to have been a better time. And then when she decides to leave, he's waiting in the same corner
That's right.
for her to come back.
Yeah.
We want both. Want our
What
cake,
is
eat it
this?
too.
What is
So,
this?
well, you know, whatever happened to Luther? What, you mean that guy that you dated? Yeah, I feel bad for him, but he still goes every year, stands on the corner. I try to avoid that street on Christmas because I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for him to see me. She's got 4 kids.
Oh,
He's happily married at this.
Happily
are you
married.
getting this?
Yeah.
It's the music and the rhythm and the feel. There's sophistication to this song, musically. That's what brings you back. But if, like with anything else with lyrics, we can rip lyrics apart. The most brilliant lyrics ever written in the world by some of the greatest composers. You can rip the out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I like bluesy stuff like this, like, you know, soul type stuff. So that's why I like this.
So I think for us, it's important for us to find some kind of something with. There's a
Right.
bass to it. There's a strong rhythmical feel. This song is a challenging song to sing, not only because it's extremely rangy, but also because you've got to lay down to almost Soto to nothing,
Right.
nothing to make it work.
It also forces you to go face to face with the lyrics and find your own connection to them. You know, that's another reason why I thought this was a perfect song, even
Instead
though
of Good King Wenceslas, which is on the feast of Stephen. Forgive me, and I don't want to hear who's gonna tell me what it is. What the is the feast of Stephen? Good King Wenceslas came out on the feast of Stephen.
Oh, right.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
my father had this really cool idea at one point to incorporate the melody of Auld Lang Syne at the end, which I thought was cool. I didn't know how that was going to work at first, but we figured it out. Keep this.
Can I tell you what I hear? And it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't even know if it's achievable, but in my mind, I hear it musically. Like strands somehow reminiscent of Auld Lang Syne. With the whole Friends thing. I don't know if
I don't know how that's going to work.
I don't know if it works.
Does that work?
In my mind, I can hear everybody singing around this piano bar in the West Village, and it's Auld Lang Syne, and they're trying to say to him, what are you doing? You can't keep on waiting for this person.
And we reminisced.
I gave you this
So let's talk about these skulls. I'm curious.
Well,
So-
this all started from 1993. We went to Disney World. He got a foam skull, and he refused to put it down. He carried it for days and days like he was Hamlet.
I would just insist on carrying it with me everywhere we were on vacation. You had this little kid who's just carrying this rubber skull.
Because you have to understand,
It's like,
Halloween
what?
was his life.
Now, you probably figured out by now that my father's a singer as well. But what you don't know is that he's also an actor.
I don't give a damn, honey.
He's a choreographer, he's a director.
I'm a comedian. And I'm an actor. And I'm a singer. And I love it.
He's an artist, he's a faux artist. He paints beautiful murals. He's done that for as long as I remember being a kid. But I also heard him sing all the time. I mean, I was in plays that he directed. He always pushed me and my brother to do Christmas plays and sing, you know, and my mother actually pushed us to play instruments, and that's how I started on the bass and my brother started on the drums. And all those musical interests combined all shaped the man I am today. When I was a kid, he would do this thing every year where he decorated the front yard for Christmas. He did this thing that no one else does. No one else decorates their house for Christmas. No. But this was different. He did a different theme every year, and every year it got more and more interesting. One year he transformed the front yard into Rockefeller Center. Another year he transformed the front yard into Tavern on the Green.
Ho! 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 Merry Christmas! Ho!
Okay, Anthony.
Then another year he turned the front yard into Christmas in Venice, Italy. Gondolas and everything. And then the final year he did it, in 1997, he transformed the entire front yard into the final scene for It's a Wonderful Life. Everything was in black and white, and he hand-painted all the characters, carved everything out, designed the entire thing.
Valvero says it's taken a tremendous amount of work turning his front yard into a miniature version of Bedford Falls, the setting for Jimmy Stewart's classic movie, It's a Wonderful Life. Work Valvero says is definitely worth it.
Absolutely worth it. It's amazing the outpouring of people that have come here, the wonderful feelings that are being evoked from people. It's a magical thing that's happened here, and it's Christmas, what Christmas is all about.
It got a lot of attention.
A Portchester family is celebrating the season in a special way.
How many times did you watch the movie to be able to
I watched the movie literally frame for over 2 weeks, did extensive sketches, and really researched it in that way.
A spectacular display.
There'd be a lot of traffic on the street every year. People would come from all over to see the decorations. What about the camel?
Well, the camel is exactly what we were talking about as far as Christmas decorations and that whole idea of continuity and coming back, because I did all those massive displays, and I did a Renaissance nativity one year where I built an 8-foot camel.
I just actually kind of wanted the camel to stay on the yard for the rest of the year. You know, we have the horse head from
when I
gotta show
did
that.
Tavern on the Green, and he stayed outside in the freezing cold watching me construct. These were major productions. They were set designs.
When did you start planning all that
I
stuff?
planned from probably the January or February, the Christmas before. I was already in planning stages as to what I was going to do.
You know, I would love when he would plan these things, because that was my introduction to a creative process. I saw all the blueprints while he was sketching it out the prior year. It definitely taught me a thing or two about attention to detail. That definitely contributed to what I do here. So here is Every Year, Every Christmas, performed by me and my dad and Michelle DeAngelis.
Don't know how love can do this to me. I've waited and waited for someone I we met. And oh yes, I believed you as you told me, as you said, you'll be here every year, every Christmas. There must be a lesson for me to learn. If you don't trust in love, you'll get nothing in return. Why should I be lonely? Don't tell me it's right. I have my pride, but I'd rather be with you tonight. So much emotion, it's driving me mad. But I'll take my chances with these feelings that I have. And I'll come back to this same corner where we met. And I'll be here every year, every Christmas. Mere words can't explain the pain and the fear. 'Cause I wonder, are you gonna leave me standing here? Today's almost over, but I don't wanna live as my heart made a fool out of me. My friends gather around me with holiday cheer. They say to forget you, to let you go, 'cause you're not here. Well, I can't keep explaining what they'll never understand. Why I'm here every year, every Christmas. I return every year, every Christmas. I come here every year, every Christmas.
Well, thank you so much for watching, and I want to thank Michelle DeAngelis for laying down the piano on this track. You can find her YouTube link right in the description of this video. I want to thank my father for being a part of this, and it was a lot of fun going down memory lane. Stay tuned, because 2018 ain't over yet.
And so you stupid. One last time. And so no more blah blah blah. F you and the horse you rode in on.